Gucci for the summer. I ain't talking, but still, suckers run for cover. I mean the sunshine, cause I know I got mine. Pimping is a short thing, buried in my bloodline. They say to hell with me, but I prepare really. They can't step to me, my rap is mad. They say, you don't wanna F with me, I'm always fresh with it. On my best weekly, you ain't stressing me. All the time, all around the way I put it down, coming straight from the underground. Now what you want now? I do it for the masses, I never blew my chances. My style is classic, started, you want the heat, I got it. Coming from the bottom, moving straight to the top. Coming with the pull up for the #1 spot. Pushing my vibe like a pusher on the block. Holding my ground, so the rappers get lost.
Welcome in, everybody, to Draft Room Season 4. I'm Matt Sparks, and today we're here with Donovan Jones, wide receiver. So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about your background, where you went to school, things like that.
Well, I went to high school at Dutchtown High School. It's like in Hampton, Georgia. I played there all 4 years in high school. Originally coming out of high school, I went to the University of Minnesota as a quarterback, but ended up getting moved to receiver. Played there for my freshman and sophomore year, ended up getting dismissed from the team at the bowl site down in Orlando. And then after that, I took like 3 years off. I was supposed to go to North Carolina A&T, but my transcript, I didn't have enough credits to be a eligible transfer. So I tried to do the online schooling and stuff, but I wasn't really focused, so I didn't really get the grades that I needed. So I ended up going to Waldorf in 2018 because I ended up finding out that my D1 eligibility, my clock ran out. And I didn't know anything about that at first. So when I did try to go back to school and I was ready to take the classes and I was serious, I realized I ran out of D1 clock. So I found out about this lower level, like the NAIA, like as far as your clock don't continue for the years that I set out. So I went to Waldorf for a year, and then I went to the University of Ottawa, and I just graduated from there.
All right. And during your time at Ottawa, at least this season, you played in 9 games. You had 431 yards and 6 touchdowns. That's not a bad stretch for 9 games. So tell us a little bit about this last season here at Ottawa.
This last season, it was pretty good. We had high hopes of going to the playoffs, and we really wanted to get a shot at Morningside again because I was on the team last year, the 2022 team, but really the 2021 team that went to the playoffs and lost to Morningside. I just wasn't playing. So I was like a 3 on the depth chart last year. So I was on the part of the team and felt the loss. And then this year coming back, we just wanted to do a repeat to get a rematch. And we fell short, didn't make the playoffs, but all throughout the year, it was just fun playing for Coach Nesbitt and the guys.
Awesome. So just briefly, tell us a little bit about your strengths as a player, and if you have any weaknesses, tell us about those.
My strength is my athleticism, my jumping ability, and the fact that I can catch the ball. Like I can go up and high point the ball. And for my size, that's another strength that I have. I can move pretty well for my size, man. I'm 6'3", like 210 to 215, but I'm not like stiff and like I can move in tight spaces. I can move like a little guy. And my weaknesses is just really just toning up routes, being consistent, my stance, trying to get the right stance sometimes with noticing DBs, body alignments, so I can know what I need to do coming off pre-snap stuff.
Excellent. All right, so 6'3", 220, big guy, right? Coming out of a small school. So did you play any other sports growing up with that kind of size, that kind of athletic build? You got any other sports in your background?
Oh yeah. I played basketball. Normally like my playing weight when I was coming up and I was younger, I wasn't always this big. Like coming out of high school, I was like 6'2", 185. And then my freshman and sophomore year in Minnesota, I got up to the highest, I think it was like 205. But I didn't really get the weight because, I took at least 5 years off before I came back. So, like, I gained the weight more so when I wasn't playing football. Like, playing weight, I'm more so like 205 to 210 as far as playing weight. But I played basketball, played basketball my whole life. It's all state in Georgia. Basketball and football, pretty much it.
Gotcha. So you mentioned playing quarterback, and you said you played quarterback at Minnesota. Has that helped you at all with the game development going through, or?
Yeah, playing quarterback just give me a different perspective and give me like a different mindset playing that receiver because I know how a quarterback thinks. So I kind of know I have an advantage playing receiver. I know like when I play quarterback what I would want my receivers to do. So now that I'm playing receiver, it's like I kind of can think like a quarterback playing that receiver. Like as far as reading the defenses and just knowing certain things that a quarterback would want a receiver to know. I kind of already know those things because I played quarterback before.
Excellent. All right, so we're down to the last few questions here, and one of those questions is: there's a lot of guys going into the NFL draft at this time. What sets you apart from those guys?
What sets me apart from all these guys is that my body is still fresh. I got fresh legs. I am a little older. I'm 27 right now. I'll be 28 in March, but I don't have a lot of wear and tear on my body. I really only have 4 seasons played from the time I started my college career, which was in 2013. Now it's 2023. So basically, in a 10-year span, I only got 4 seasons under my belt. And a lot of these guys got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of playing coming into the NFL already. So I'm fresh. I'm older. I'm a little more well polished. So um, I feel like I can come right in and play. Or if I need to play special teams, I'm kind of older. I understand the business of it, and I feel like I still have it to compete.
Excellent. So, in that same vein of questioning, what is the most important thing that somebody needs to be in your position, a wide receiver headed to the draft?
Something that a receiver would need is patience. You got to know what you want. For my position, I know that I might not be able to come right in with a position job. So being available to play special teams until I get an opportunity at my primary position is something very important for me. And any other player, unless they like a first round or a second round, third round draft pick, they'll get a shot at that position. But someone in my shoes, I'll have to be available to play special teams or wherever they need me to play. Getting on the team, getting an opportunity, getting a roster opportunity is my biggest mindset right now. That's my biggest goal. So I feel like if I just get any opportunity to get my foot in the door, I know what to do with the rest of it.
So that versatility as well as a willingness to work through it. I like it. So speaking of working through it, what are you doing specifically to prepare in your lead up to the draft?
Well, I'm just doing 2-a-day workouts now. So I do a morning workout and an afternoon run, or I switch it. Sometimes I like to get my run in first in the morning. I'm actually working a part-time job at the same time, and I am a father. I have a 2-year-old daughter, so I'm just balancing my workouts around that schedule. But 2 for sure, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. I was throwing with my quarterback, but he plays for Ottawa as well. They just started back up workouts, so I'm trying to find a high school quarterback or just anyone in the area to throw with. So I haven't thrown in about 2 or 3 weeks, but I just came back from the Dream Bowl last week. So as of right now, I'm just getting to it with the workouts, running and lifting, and then I'm in the process of trying to find a quarterback so I could run routes. I run routes sometimes as well, but I just run routes against the air with no ball. So it's always important to catch.
So you said you're looking for somebody to run routes with. You still back around the Ottawa area, or where you around right now?
Yeah, I'm in the Phoenix, Glendale area. I live out here in Phoenix as well.
Gotcha. Well, we're in touch with a lot of guys that are trying to head to the draft. So if we see anybody, we'll send them your way, run some routes. All right. So our last bit here before we get out of here, what is a piece of advice that you would give to the next generation of players coming up into the draft?
The advice that I would give them is to never give up, never quit. Like no matter how the situation looks, no matter how you think it's gonna turn out, just give it your all. Don't quit. Have a mindset, have a plan, and don't give up till you accomplish that plan. Like I almost was at rock bottom to where I almost quit, and I as I'm thinking back now, like at my mindset in the moment when I was at my lowest, I couldn't see this happening. Like everything that I accomplished since I kind of dug myself out of a pit, I've never seen this stuff happening. So my advice is that just don't never give up. Like if I can do it, you can do it, basically.